Hello and welcome to WhatKeepsYouAwake.tv. It's time again to dive into the hustles, the hurdles, and the highs that keep small business leaders up late at night. I'm your host, David Hooser, and I'm super excited to welcome today's guest, my longtime friend, Anna Marie Castana. Anna is a Valley native, one of the few, an accomplished entertainer, is presently teaching our future students of the arts how to make their presence felt. Anna, my friend, welcome to the show.
Hi, Dave. Thank you so much.
Let's get started with our foundational questions. So we're targeting entrepreneurs, the challenges they face on their journey of entrepreneurship, starting, launching their new business. So tell me, as a mother, a sister, a daughter, Sun Devil alumni, and a growing entrepreneur, what keeps you awake late at night?
Oh, gosh. Intrusive thoughts of how can I do better? How can I be better? What can I learn? You're really in competition with yourself, first and foremost, when you start your business, because it's only you that has that vision. It's only you that has that creative concept that is specifically tailored to you and what you dreamed of doing.
Okay. So are you living up to your own expectation is what keeps you awake at night, huh?
Oh, it keeps me awake at night and definitely spurs 4:30 a.m. mornings. I'm an early bird.
Okay.
Yes, it is. I have come to learn that you can do all things if that's what you want to do. You can be the mother, the daughter, the producer, the teacher, the mentor, and all the good things, and the good Samaritan, and giving back to the community. I love the community here in Arizona. I'm Tempe girl at heart, and I'll always be.
So now you have a background in entertainment and arts.
Yes, I do.
Tell me about that.
So I had done a lot of modeling here in the Valley when I was younger. I did theater here. I branched out and I went to LA to continue that in conservatory at the American Musical Dramatic Academy. It was great training. It's like what SEALs, I won't compare it to the SEALs, but it's like Buds, Hell Week, but it's you're on and popping for a good 2 to 4 years. You're ready. You're polished up, ready to go to New York for Broadway or whatever you want to do.
So something that was always your passion or vision or dream, being a performing arts centric individual?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I
Well,
did.
Go ahead. But what was your first, as a youth, what was the first thing you did that stood out?
The thing that comes first to my mind was the hours and hours of performing to nobody in my mother's living room, to Grease, to Barbra Streisand, to all the Neil Sedaka, everything. So that's the first thing that pops into my mind, because that is what's going to keep you going, and the discipline, and keep you on stage and smiling, and all the late nights and all the crazy rehearsals and tech week, and that's it. That's what's there.
What about first live audience appearance?
The first live audience that pops into my head is when we performed Man of La Mancha, and Don Quixote was played by Peter Scolari with the Scottsdale Musical Theater Company here.
Okay.
We performed at the Tempe Center for the Arts, and actually at the time he was battling throat cancer. And nobody knew, and he didn't tell anybody. And he's doing, I think the 11 o'clock number is The Impossible Dream. And he's just belting to the rafters.
Wow.
I mean, this was somebody that was on Wicked, on Broadway. It was just such a moment. And in the finale, he turns around to Pancho and he says, "Courage, courage." And I just remember being on stage with him, and you're just overwhelmed. You're just overwhelmed in that moment. It's magical. Theater is magical.
Yeah, kept you going. So what kind of formal training do you have?
I studied for musical theater. I have tap, jazz, ballet. I have TV, film. I have they really put us through an audition technique process where you are learning things overnight. You are getting off book and off copy in 72 hours with a full-length song. You are learning your cuts. You are learning, just getting your big book of repertoire ready, how to come into the room, how to change your keys, piano. I mean, you name it, we did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then where have you spent most of your time in this business? In Arizona and LA or?
Both.
Okay.
So I definitely was the crazy lady in my car driving through the
Oh,
desert.
beautiful drive.
Yes, at like 4 in the morning in the pitch dark desert to get to a CBS slot by 11 a.m. for audition.
Very cool.
Yeah. So I was fortunate to be able to get a theatrical agent and a commercial agent within 6 months of graduating and being in LA.
Okay.
I heard that is crazy impossible. How did you do that? I've been in here for 5 years. I can't get a meeting. And I'm like, I don't discipline, obedience. I all the
It's
things.
not rocket science, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, just
and
follow the
that's
formula.
the thing that most of our audience uh, is or will realize is
Yeah.
it's not this magic, beanstalk that you grow in the backyard. It's the things that you do every day, day in and day out, passion you bring, and the efforts that you make
Yeah.
to succeed in your
Mhm.
endeavors, business, theater, whatever the case may be.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And you were during this time, as I know your son, you were a
Mhm.
mother,
Yes.
so you had those responsibilities
Oh,
as well.
absolutely. I was fortunate enough to have joint custody with his father.
Okay.
It takes a village. When they say it takes a village, it sure does. And
Right.
I'm just very grateful and appreciative and humble that
Mm.
the families come together and do what's best.
Very cool. So
Yeah.
now you're in Arizona,
I'm in
mostly
Arizona.
in
Mostly for
Arizona.
now, yeah.
Okay. And you're helping tomorrow's performing
Yes.
arts students
Yes.
reach their ambitions, their goals.
Oh, Dave, the talent in Arizona
It's
is
good, huh?
phenomenal. Phenomenal.
And there's incentives here now too, right?
Oh,
The
yes.
state is putting some incentives behind doing production work here.
Yes, they're still working out that bill, but hopefully we'll
Okay.
get that passed. So yes, I'm doing nonprofit work for a company called the Glowframe Initiative.
Okay.
Um,
Here in downtown,
oh
right?
yes, right here at the Arizona Center. The leader is phenomenal. Mr. Daniels IROC is just phenomenal. Great, great, great. You know when you're in business and you feel that this person matches your goals, your morals, your
Right.
integrity, all those things. It's honesty, it's transparency. That's him. And the more you
That's fantasy. That doesn't really
oh,
exist, does
he's
it?
here live and in person. He's the guy you want to work with,
All right.
definitely,
Very cool.
especially in this
Well, and
industry.
this industry has can get a bad rap,
Oh,
right?
sure. Oh, I've
I
seen
know.
it.
I don't know if you remember, but I put a lot of money, a significant amount of money, into doing
Mhm.
a local production studio here in
Mhm.
Scottsdale.
Mhm.
And it was a phenomenal, it was a phenomenal product or solution, in a minimal footprint, but
Mhm.
a very good product. And I remember talking and presenting some of the ideas that we had, and we built pilots for a TV series and
Yeah.
a couple of them actually. And I remember dealing with some individuals in LA, and they they know what to say
Mhm.
to motivate you and excite you, and
Sure.
then you bring them in town and you try and show, and
Mhm.
then they leave, and then those promises or thoughts or even they those words become empty because
Sure.
they really were more about
Uh-huh.
the image than they were about the follow through.
Absolutely.
It's tough.
It is tough, and I think discernment and following your gut instincts is everything. I think there's a few American Greed episodes on a couple of stories like that, and having a great entertainment and business attorney
Right.
is number one. And it
uh,
is hard, even with all that, it still falls through the cracks sometimes.
sure.
Going through that now with
And
yeah.
a lot of ideas. There's tons of ideas. Everyone has ideas, and so you can't expect every idea to be a huge hit in
It's true.
business, in
Yeah.
Hollywood, and
Yeah.
so
Absolutely.
you're gonna have to. It's a numbers game.
It sure is. You
So
have to fail before you do anything.
right, and the
Yeah.
question is how gracefully you flow from one failure to the next to eventually find that project that really is a success.
Bingo.
So.
That's it. Yes.
All right. Well, tell me more about what you're doing in the production side. You mentioned you have that.
Yes. So I'm working as a producer with Glowframe for a feature, and every Wednesday night, I'm giving the tea away. I'm not going to be a gatekeeper, but the phenomenal talent, the writers, the other producers, the camera, all the crew, all the talented actors, we meet every Wednesday over at Rock's Place, and it's right here downtown.
Right.
And
I went.
you can
impressive.
Oh my goodness, those kids are getting up, and I don't like to use the word kids because they're
right,
young adults. To us, they're kids, right? And they're getting up there doing their monologues. And I'm just like blown. I've seen great actors at conserve. I've seen these kids, Dave, are just, you just believe in them because they're so natural. They're organic. They're raw. Like it's just a raw talent and they have it.
And it's all aspects of
demographics,
film, but I mean, it's production, it's it's behind the camera and front of the camera, writers. Okay.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And how does the Glowframe work? How do people find out about it? How do kids participate in it?
So there's a great website for a Glowframe Initiative. There is also a great Instagram for Glowframe. Mr. Irock Daniels. I always say his first name wrong because I call him Irwin. He goes, it's Iron. So we have fun with that. Yes, Mr. Daniels is amazing. He's got a great Instagram. He's got a great website. I hope he comes and talks to you. I mean, he's kind of,
he's welcome.
So that'll be a great time.
We have Mike.
Yes.
But and I keep saying kids, as you point out, they're students of the arts,
right?
Learning to implement a trade within that sector.
Yes.
And could be local. There's a local union, isn't there, in Arizona?
I'm not sure about that one.
Seems like there is.
Yeah, he would know this guy.
Seems like there is. And so you can be formally in film, TV and film in Arizona. It's not.
Okay, good to know. Yeah.
So, but of course, everyone thinks, even in my daughter as well, she went to school in performing arts school in LA.
Yes.
But she couldn't wait to get out of Arizona. But she's there now and part of that.
That's awesome.
Environment and infrastructure. But anyway, it's very exciting. So again, more of what you're doing specifically, and tell us about your journey. So what have you reached your journey? Have you reached the pinnacle of you reach your goals?
Dave, do we ever reach our pinnacle? Well, I feel like even when we get there, we're like, what next? Okay, we got it. And I feel like I always think about David Goggins because he's like running those Death Valley races, like, okay, I got it. What's next? And it's so true. And he says, enjoy the journey, the ups, the downs, everything, the sleepless nights, it keeps you awake at night. I did transition from the front of the camera work to behind the camera work. I started doing podcasts. I started working for true crime, some infamous mafiosos. And again, in a short time, I was able to bring studios to the door of the company I was working for through, great relationships I've had for decades. Dave, you're a great example. I mean, I'm sitting here because I've known you forever, and it's always been a great rapport with you.
Well, I mean, I'm only 29, so it can't be that long.
Me too.
And as a point for future guests, all you gotta do is bring flowers, and you're guaranteed a spot on the show.
There we go.
Just kidding. So tell me a little bit more about the crime side.
So gosh, I think it was our third studio that bit Capital Entertainment, and we did sign with them. We are in development at FX for the Sammy the Bull series. Our showrunner is Terrence Winter, Sopranos, Boardwalk Empire, Wolf of Wall Street. His beautiful wife Rachel's amazing. Hope she comes on as well. Our director is Antoine Fuqua, Training Day, all the cool stuff. Nicholas Pileggi is EPing on it, as executive producer on it. His co-writer JJ as well is on it. We have a couple other of the managers, Rick Yorn, Scott Greenberg, Billy Malone. It's quite a hit list, pun intended. So yeah, they are working on the pilot right now, and hopefully we'll get greenlit by FX. So
Very cool.
yeah, I just got back from LA and met with the company at the Warner Brothers lot for a few days, kind of see what they're about. It's something I want to expand my career on.
Okay.
And it's crazy too, is when you kind of step away from a burnout moment. I did go through a burnout. I
You
worked
did.
almost I worked almost 3 years straight with, very closely with a mafioso here. And you do burn out. It is a lot, especially when you're heading the studio completely. It's very hard.
Right.
So we'll see where that goes. I'm getting flooded with IP from other true crime documentary companies, other mafiosos,
Potential projects.
potential projects. So it's a lot of reading. It's a lot of kind of teasing out what these tent poles could be through seasons or a limited series or a documentary even. So yeah,
Very cool.
having
So you're
fun right
staying
now.
busy.
Staying busy.
And again,
Yeah.
how do people reach out to you if they're trying to figure out
Good
how
old
they get
email.
involved?
That's a good old
Okay.
email for
So
me.
we'll
Yeah.
put that up on
Great.
the podcast. So make sure
Okay.
we have your email before you leave.
Awesome.
And then what else is going on? What's the world of Arizona
Good Lord.
bringing? Is there opportunity in this space in Arizona, you think?
I believe so. I believe we need to work out this tax situation, the rebate, the incentive.
Right.
I know it got stalled a little bit. I had some friends, and one of the connections that I had was to Castle Rock, and they were going to build here. As
Okay.
you know, there were other sound stages getting built and other companies moving into town to do that. And from what I hear, it is kind of stalled out, unfortunately. But we'll see how it goes. You never know. That's the thing I love about this industry. It's so unpredictable. Predictably unpredictable.
It's who is working on who's the commissioner? Is it Matthew?
Matthew Earl Jones.
Yeah, okay. And so he's still in place trying to
Yeah.
get that through.
Yeah, there's a few that are
Okay.
few variables surrounding
I
that.
mean, it's been around for a long time, the discussion of it.
Mm-hmm.
And there are other states, even Las Vegas just announced a studio
Mm-hmm.
venture, I think Sony
Yeah.
and Wahlberg,
Yep.
Mark Wahlberg, and others.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
so
I heard his kids weren't too happy to leave LA because they're royalty out there, you know? They're like,
yes,
Dad.
yes. But
So
yeah, I mean, again, California is a bit crazy.
it is. Yeah.
Arizona and even Nevada, make opportunities, more
Yeah.
potential, more realistic. And
Right.
so,
And New Jersey is building that huge Netflix thing.
yeah,
I read somewhere that they
yeah,
have done more productions than everywhere else combined. When I was walking around the lot at Warner Brothers, there was the biggest production there at the moment that was being filmed was The Pit on HBO, the Noah
okay,
Wiley medical. That was cool. And then one other soundstage they were doing some building in there, but it was empty. It was a
really.
real ghost town. Yeah,
Where else?
unfortunately.
Georgia. I mean, there's a lot
Georgia,
of
yeah.
places that are building infrastructure. So
Mhm.
it's look out, California, look out,
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Oh, I do think Arizona, and I feel like I said it a long time ago. I'm like, I see like the women and the style changing. I'm like, oh, this is like a mini LA. This is really
Right,
gonna,
right.
yeah, for sure.
Well, we've got what it takes to bring some Hollywood
We do. We
to
absolutely
the
do.
Phoenix metro market. So,
Mm-hmm.
and with all the things you guys are doing with Glowframe
Yeah.
and the projects you have going.
Yeah.
I've got a buddy, George Nelson. Do you know George?
Doesn't sound familiar.
He's made, hello, George. You're
Hey,
out there
George.
somewhere. He's made a couple independent Western films.
Oh, cool.
I met him, and back before I did the studio, he was a contractor, general contractor.
Mm-hmm.
But his passion is film, not necessarily TV. He did some short films, but there was a trend for a while, this 60-minute film, versus now I think every movie I've watched now is like pushing sometimes 3 hours. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I can't
Yep.
watch that much
Like a
TV.
Scorsese film, forget about it.
I know. But he's made a couple of Western films here in the Valley, so using all local talent, both in front and behind the camera. So
That's
I should
great.
introduce you guys
That'd be
at some
great.
point.
Thank you. And that's how the business happens.
That's how it happens. That's what makes the world go round.
Amen.
So what for entrepreneurs that would be in Phoenix Metro or state of Arizona, what are some words of wisdom? What are the jewels, the nuggets that you would give to them in their journey that they're about to take or maybe in early stages of?
Sure. I think at the basis, the core of a business is relationships.
Is network. Okay.
Oh man, networking, building that rapport with people and not pushing them. Just be patient. They will come to you, and they will know you have that basis and foundation that your business operates in transparency and truth and honesty, and above board is everything. I think that's the longevity as well, because especially in Arizona, it's generations here. My mother moved here in the 70s, I think, and attended Scottsdale High before it was Coronado, and she went to ASU.
Okay.
And so it's especially in Arizona, you definitely want to build those networking relationships. People, we're cool here, right, Dave?
Right.
We're cool people.
We are
So
cool. We've been
just
hanging here for a while, right?
Yeah.
What about so film is different now. Like right now, I've never been in the entertainment space per se. I did a couple of investments in projects, but I never considered myself in the business.
Yeah.
I was an investor, not a entertainment business executive.
Sure.
But I mean, can you get on the map and doing kind of low budget, independent, or unique projects? You're so much tech today.
Yeah.
You don't have to own a studio to have some pretty impressive capability.
Oh man, exactly. And that is the big movement now with creators, is you are creating your own content.
Right.
You are selling your vision. And that is just the formula that they've used in Hollywood forever. You are pitching. When you sell your formula, you sell your concept. You look what I made, your concept idea, and the sizzle reel. Excuse me, your sizzle reel and your trailer. I mean, you're grabbing somebody's attention. That's your pitch.
Right.
That's what you're sending to the distributors and the networks and these studios. And it all, I feel like it goes back to the relationships. The relationships is what I had that opened the door to these major studios. And I just utilized those. I didn't beg or act hungry or desperate. I mean, people, that scares people away,
Sure.
So just be authentically you, create the best thing that you can, even if it's on an iPhone. You self teach yourself, I guess.
Right.
There's
YouTube
so much YouTube it all the way. Adobe Premiere, DaVinci, these editing tools are right at your fingertips now, in 2025. So learn everything you can. I remember a course that I had at the academy was entrepreneurship in the business. And it's called Show Business for a reason. And if you don't have the business side of it, oh honey, good luck with your taxes. Good luck with your organizational. Yeah.
I told my daughter, I don't, of all the things that she do, and performing arts, that's your passion, do it, go to school for it, but get a business minor.
Yes.
Because, even if you don't get called on to do that big leading role in, the traditional sense of the industry.
Yeah.
You build the skills, the talent, and then come back and do a performing arts school, kind of like you guys are doing with Glowframe.
Yes.
Is teach others, and in her case, she's has a great voice and a good choreography, mindset, dance. So I'm like, you could easily be in the business by starting a small performing arts school in Scottsdale or Phoenix or somewhere in the right spots of town. And so you're still in the business foundationally, but now you're teaching others, kids, parents will pay for this type of program for their kids.
Yeah. And what's, sorry?
No, I was especially someone who has developed that skill.
Yes.
And that skill that they could share with others.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what's so great at Glowframe is you have all types of demographic there. And we know conservatory is expensive. We know film school is expensive.
Right.
It's usually on daddy's dime. I hate to say that, but let's keep it real. And those that can't, show up to Glowframe. Show up, get on stage, bring your monologue, get it off your chest. We had an actors workshop there a couple weeks ago, and a CEO from a studio came, and everyone went up, had their monologues. They were great. He said he started to do more of a actually intricate workshop with the kids, and he's like, each of you are going to get back up there, but don't give me your monologue. Tell me the worst thing that's ever happened to you in your entire life. Dave, these kids got up there and bared their soul. I'm talking about abuse when they were younger, trauma. It was so, the atmosphere in that room changed like this.
Right.
And it was that raw emotion. And he said that the way you just spoke about what you went through is how you're going to take the words off the page. And that's what it needs to sound like.
Right.
So it's like, where do you get this type of mentorship? It would cost, you
at that kind of cost. I mean,
you
can buy anything. But
again,
you've got to have the bankroll for that.
Sure.
So that's great. And it's great to have it in the local market.
Yeah.
Our hometown. So that's good. It's good to hear you're a part of all that.
Yeah.
So we've been friends how long now?
We're old college buddies.
I think I've got this photo on Facebook of the Open with you and I and one of the
yes.
What was it? What's it?
Thunderbird? One of the Thunderbirds?
No, one of the venues there.
The Greenskeeper?
Greenskeeper, thank you.
Always a good
Thank
time.
you.
Never disappoints.
Yeah, that always pops up on Facebook for me. So,
awesome.
well, anything else you want to share with the audience before we go? And again, our target audience is aspiring entrepreneurs. So people, and every performing arts individual is if not a full-on, certainly a pseudo entrepreneur. Because you're all independently working. I mean, you might get a job with a studio working behind the camera and doing things like that.
Even more on the actor's side, the performer's side, you're doing your self-tapes, you're editing your self-tapes.
You're an entrepreneur. It's all about what you put in as far as what you're going to get out.
Absolutely.
So what are your recommendations?
I just had a speaking engagement at Horizon High School for the Women's Society of Scholars. Okay. And I'm looking at these girls and their IQs are off the charts. They probably scored super high on the SAT. So what am I going to tell them? They're eons above me, ahead of me. And the biggest thing I kept repeating, I don't know why, it sounds corny, but keep going.
Right.
Rejection means nothing. What is rejection? It's a number, like you said, it's a numbers game. Moment. Talking to the wrong person. There'll be a yes, and there'll be many yeses for you. And don't take it personally. It's just business. I think that was it The Godfather?
Yeah,
it's just business. That's it. Stay healthy mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Because if those components aren't together, then business means nothing. Right. The money, the check means nothing.
Right. Yeah, so it is. I mean, we say that, of course, but it does come down to, in any business, you have to be balanced in your endeavor, in your life, in your focus, and you got to have your health. You got to have your physical and your mental health, and you got to have the mindset to succeed.
Yes,
you've got to have the skills. So if you don't have them yet, or if you're still developing them, you got to find a way like Glowframe to to build those skills.
And also have boundaries, and don't be afraid to enforce those boundaries, because like you said, you'll get the silver tongue snake oil salesman in here every day of the week. And you got to be able to be confident enough to enforce those boundaries, and it's okay to.
And time you don't get back. So if you make the wrong decisions and you go down that path too far, you've lost that time. So.
Absolutely.
All right, great. And then we'll add a few things on the website for Glowframe for your direct contact as well.
Costa Productions and Enterprises.
Okay, very cool. And for everyone else out there, thanks for joining us. Remember to like or subscribe to us at whatkeepsyouawake.tv. And we'll look forward to you joining us on a future episode. And make sure to tell your friends, your family, your network to check out whatkeepsyouawake.tv. Thanks again.
Thank you, Dave.